While I was in Damascus, I visited a widow caring for a family on her own. She fled from fighting. An extremist group took the area that she was living in and started killing people. She, along with many others, fled. She is one of just many displaced people living in this block. The block is filled with displaced people and displaced families. The insides of it are all bare breeze blocks. The buildings haven't been finished yet. They don't have proper glass in the windows, that sort of thing. This winter has been one of the coldest winters in Syria for about 100 years. It's been freezing, and on top of that they had a massive fuel crisis this winter. I really don't know how they've managed to keep warm through this winter living in these kind of conditions. This woman has 5 children. The youngest is about 2. His father died while she was pregnant with him, so he has never seen his father. The older one was a little girl. The next oldest was a little girl sitting in the corner very quietly. Then the next 2 children both have very severe physical disabilities. Essentially, they don't have any legs, and all they can do is sit on the floor all day because they don't really have any ability to move around. Her older son is academically brilliant, and for this reason has been offered a scholarship at medical school. He's been studying and is now in his, I couldn't remember, 4th or 5th year of medical school. I just find it amazing that through all of the adversity that this family have suffered, through the trauma that they've been through, that this young man has managed to, in his conscientiousness, keep studying and keep focusing, and with the tiny bit of money that they have, the tiny bit of money that they have, they're managing to support him. Although the fees are covered and paid for through this scholarship, there are still things that need to be covered. He needs a laptop, he needs books, he needs materials to study with, and I think the thing that struck me most of all is that for this family, he must be their only hope. When he qualifies as a doctor, he is going to have an enormous burden of responsibility before he even starts his life, before he even starts his career, before he even gets married. He has a family already to support. He has 2 younger sisters who will never be able to be independent, who will always require some level of support. And his mother, she also has a heart condition. It just struck me how amazing and resilient these people are. Even though they're suffering in such an unimaginable way, this young man has just kept focused, and his mother has kept focused through all of this, and has supported him and is still supporting him. I wish we could do more to help them. I wish we could do more. I think this woman has a lot to carry on her own. As this woman told me her story, she broke down in tears, and I couldn't help crying with her. She's been carrying so much on her own. We held hands and we hugged, and when I looked at her face, I could just see the pain, I could see the suffering, I could see the huge burden that she's been carrying. We want to follow her son as he goes through medical school, and we want to see what we can do to support him. Maybe he's someone that would work well in our medical team for some of our hospitals in Syria. But we feel that right now we need to offer them as much support as we can. Here is a family who are trying their hardest. This woman is doing her very best to try and improve the lives of her children, so that they can hope for something better than she has right now. And I just feel a family like this, they need our support. We gave them a wheelchair for the 2 girls with physical disabilities, and that's great. We gave them some clothes as well. This is really wonderful, but we feel that we need to help them, to support them and empower them to be able to help themselves so that they can have a better future.